Hey guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday, thirsty for knowledge. If you like these daily nuggets, like and subscribe. Today I'm going to talk about hard money. What is hard money? Um, I don't know who came up with this name, but hard money is actually very powerful when you're investing in real estate. And it's basically formal private money, which I'll do a different daily nugget on private money. But basically, it's a way that you can buy property that needs renovation and you can buy it fairly quickly. So let's say you're buying $100,000 property that needs $100,000 in renovation. You can't generally go to a bank and get a conventional loan because conventional loans are for habitable houses, like houses you can move into. So a house that needs $100,000 in work is not habitable. So you can't get a loan like that. So like let's say that the $100,000 house, you're going to put $100,000 into it. When it was done, it's going to be worth 300,000. So you would get a conventional loan if the house was done, it was listed on the MLS, you wanted to move in, then you can go get a conventional loan. And I'll do a different daily nugget on conventional loans. But hard money is great for investors that want to flip or want to do the Burr method and don't have the cash or all the cash to do the Burr method. So hard money will give you the $100,000 and the $100,000 for renovation. Now, they're not going to give you 100% of the money, although there are different lenders. I don't want to say there isn't lenders that won't, you'll find lenders that say we give you 100% of the purchase and 100% of the rehab. I don't know that that's really not true of many of them. And you are going to have like a great credit score and a this and a that. Most will give you 75%. I say give or take, you can count on you can get 70% of the after repair value because some people do something like they'll give you 80% of your purchase price, 100% of the renovation, you know, or all kinds of variations like that. But I will tell you for sure you can get 70% of the after repair value. So let's use this example. You're buying a house for 100, it needs 100, and you're going to flip it or you're going to burr it and it's going to be worth 300. So what it's going to be worth, the 300 is called the after repair value. And how hard money lenders figure what they're going to loan you is they care what the house is going to be worth after the fact. Now you will have to pay for an appraisal most times for a hard money loan to happen. But if it's 300,000 and you can get 70% of 300,000, that means you can get a $210,000 loan. And if your renovation is 100 and your purchase is 100, then you can get 100% finance, theoretically. They usually like to see you have some money, skin in the game, but that's how they do that math. Now, they're going to go to closing and they're not going to give you the $100,000 in renovation. So if you have $100,000 in renovation, they're going to hold that on the side, and sometimes they charge you interest on it. They put it in escrow, and as you do the work, and usually when you're doing construction, you do them in draws. It could be three draw if the rehab's $100,000. Probably I would do five draws of $20,000. You could do I don't think a lender is going to want to see you do 10 draws of 10,000, but or you could do three draws of 33,000. Anyway, they're going to split up the renovation and you will have to most times front or pay that first draw out of pocket and then get reimbursed because the lender's not going to give you the whole $100,000. They will give it to you. So you could theoretically, in this example, get 100% of this renovation, but they're not going to give it to you ahead. And then maybe you don't do the renovation or you give it to the contractor. They don't do the renovation. So they're going to want to see that you have a schedule of what you're going to do. It's called a draw schedule. And they're going to want to see that you do X, Y, and Z first. And let's say that was $20,000, then they reimburse you to 20,000. So when you're closing these kind of deals, you're going to need some money to close, and then you're going to need some money to front um, the first draw. Now, what's the cost of hard money? So a lot of people, hard money is expensive, right? But what I always say, it's not the cost of money, it's the access to the money. So, if you got a deal like this and there's $100,000 in profit, let's say gross, obviously you're going to have closing costs and loan fees and, but let's say there's let's say you take 25,000 out for interest, closing costs, transaction costs, realtor, blah, 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 blah. You're going to make $75,000 in this deal. So if you didn't have the money, you're going to make zero. So you see this deal, it's worth, 300,000. You can be in it for 200. If you have no money, you can't make that $75,000 net at all. Now, if you can borrow hard money, you can make the 75,000. Even if your hard money is expensive, and let's say you're not going to make 75,000, you're going to make 50 after all your expenses, this, that, and the other thing, you still made $50,000. So I always tell people, like, if you don't have the access to the money, you shouldn't be like, oh my God, look how much these fees are, because it's the access to the capital. You still can make money. So the question is, do you want to make money or not make money? Now, if you can go and get cheaper money than hard money, then go ahead. But for the most part, most people can't. You're not going to go to a bank and get, not that banks don't have construction loans. They do, but you're not going to get one. You're not going to get one that fast. I mean, hard money can be really, it can be I would say most is 30 days, but it can be 2 weeks. And I've seen people pull it off in a week. And when you get these deals, you don't have 45 days to close a deal. Everybody could think this market stinks, but there's investors all the time over there competing for deals. So you can't be like, hey, I want this deal. I want this great price I just asked for. Oh, and I'm going to close in 45 days. It's not going to happen. You got to have the cash money or use hard money. So that's why people use hard money. So what does hard money cost? Right now in the market, hard money is around, I would say 12 to 16% interest. Now, the interest doesn't even bother me, because if you're like, you're borrowing 100, let's say 200,000, and it's, let's say it's 16% interest, which is a higher level number. You know, you only pay that for when the money's outstanding. So I would say right now it's between 12 and 16% interest. But if you are knock the house out, you don't even pay a year's worth of interest. Some of these loans are only 6 months. Most hard money loans are no longer than 1 year. Where you pay the most money is what's called points. And a point is 1% of a loan. So if you're getting a $200,000 loan, right now, the average hard money lender is charging 5 points. So that means you're going to pay a fee of 5% of the 200,000 in this example, or 210. You might pay a $10,000 fee. That's not interest. That's just a fee for getting the loan. Now, the market right now is about, for hard money, 5% and 16% interest. So, no, 5% and 12% interest. That's probably the average. You will see people that say we only charge 2 points, but then they charge all kinds of junk fees, an underwriting fee, this fee, a lender fee, or a legal fee. It ends up to be 5% when you look at it. That's the average. Now, who cares if you're paying 5% and 16% interest if you still have a $50,000 profit after the fact and you have no other access to the money? If you have money in the bank, of course, you should use your money, unless you have $200,000 in the bank and you want to do 5 of these and you're capable of monitoring 5 of these, because then you're leveraging your money. And even though, you could do one deal and make 75,000 because you don't have to pay interest and points and this, that, and the other thing. But if you had 200,000, you might be able to do 4 of these deals and make 50,000 times 4, or 200,000. So it's not the cost of money, it's the access to capital. That's generally what hard money is. And when you get into business, I don't care what your thoughts are, you will probably use hard money, and you will probably use a lot of hard money. And this doesn't just work for flipping, it also works for the BRRRR method. So if you want to buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat, and you don't have all the cash to buy and renovate, you can use hard money to do that as well. Now, that's the average fees. There are hard money lenders that are cheaper, may charge 3%, 12% interest, something like that. So I don't want to, there might be some hard money lenders watching here and saying, hey, I'm cheaper, this, that, and the other thing. Feel free to put a comment in here and tell anybody that you do cheaper money than that. But in general, that's what hard money is, and that's why it's useful. And trust me, if you're in this game, you will use it. So I hope that helps you guys, and have the best day of your life. Thanks, guys.